Hello students. Students, welcome back to the English class. And now let's continue our 8th chapter, A House is Not a Home. So now let's continue from page number 52. When I walked through what used to be my house after school that day, I was shocked to see how much damage there was. Whatever hadn't burnt was destroyed by the water and the chemicals they had used to put out the fire. Now, the next day, when he was coming back from school, he walked through the same house, the burnt house. He was shocked to see that there was much damage and the things that were not burnt, the things that were not destroyed by the fire, they were destroyed by the water and the chemicals, water and chemical that was used to put out the fire. The only material things not destroyed were the photo albums, documents, and some other personal items that my mother had managed to heroically rescue. Only those things were saved, those things were not destroyed, just like photo albums, documents, and some other personal items that author's mother had saved. She had rescued. When she had run inside the house, she had rescued all these things. But my cat was gone and my heart ached for her. Still, his cat was missing, she had gone, and his heart was paining for the cat. There was no time to grieve. My mother rushed me out of the house. We would have to find a place to live and I would have to go buy some clothes for school. But he had no time to feel painful, to feel grief for the cat, for the missing cat, as still they had no place to live in. They had to find the place, and also the author had to buy some clothes for the school. We had to borrow money from my grandparents because there were no credit cards, cash, or even any identification to be able to withdraw money from the bank. Everything had gone up in smoke. Even they were cashless, they had no money, and they had to borrow some money from the grandparents. All the credit cards, cash, even identification through which they could withdraw money from the bank, everything was destroyed in the fire. Everything had gone up in smoke. That week, the rubble that used to be our house was being cleared off the lot. Now, on that week, rubble means that was the remains of the burnt house, the wastage of the burnt house, everything was cleared off. Even though we had rented an apartment nearby, I would go over to watch them clear our debris. Debris means the wastage, the remains, hoping that my cat was somewhere to be found. Now they had got a house, they had taken a house on rent, and the house was nearby their burnt house. And every day the author would go to watch how the debris, how the remains, the wastage of the house was cleared away. And also he would go for the purpose that maybe he would be possible, he would be able to find his missing cat. I kept thinking about her as that vulnerable little kitten. Vulnerable means weak. Now, most of the time he would think about the cat who was a weak little kitten. In the early morning, when I would disturb her and get out of bed, she would tag along after me. Now he remembers that every day it was his routine. When he would get up, he would also disturb his cat and she would also get out of the bed. Then she would start following. The author climbed up my robe. The robe that was when he was in gown, he was wearing gown. The kitten would climb up his gown and then crawl into my pocket to fall asleep. Then it would crawl into the pocket of the gown and then she would sleep. I was missing her terribly. Now author was missing his favorite cat. It always seems that bad news spreads quickly. And in my case, it was not different. Everyone in high school, including the teachers, was aware of my plight. Plight means a bad condition, bad situation. Now he says that his news, the bad news, spread quickly, and it spread in high school, including the teachers, students, and everybody in the school was aware of his bad situation, bad condition. I was embarrassed as if somehow I were responsible. Even author was feeling guilty. He was feeling himself responsible for all this. What a way to start off at a new school. This was not the kind of attention I was looking for. And this type of the attention he did never have wanted. The next day at school, people were acting even more strange than usual. I was getting ready for gym class at my locker. People were milling around me. Milling means moving in an aimless manner. Now, people at school was behaving differently. They were behaving strangely with him, and they all were moving around him, asking me to hurry up. I thought it's strange, but in the light of the past few weeks, nothing would surprise me. It almost seemed that they were trying to shove me into the gym. Shove means push hard. Actually, they were telling me to do hurry because they were trying to show me to push me into the gymnasium. Then I saw why. Then, after going inside the gymnasium, he came to know that why everybody was trying to do hurry and everybody was pushing him inside the gym. There was a big table set up with all kinds of stuff on it just for me. There were many things kept on the big table, and all the things were for author. They had taken up a collection and bought me school supplies, notebooks, all kinds of different clothes, jeans, tops, sweatsuits. It was like Christmas. I was overcome by emotion. Now he got many things just like school supplies, notebooks, etc. And it was just like a Christmas day for him. And he was very much happy. He was became very much emotional. He was feeling as he was getting the gifts on the Christmas day. People who had never spoken to me before were coming up to me to introduce themselves. Even he made some new friends also on that day. I got all kinds of invitations to their houses. Even he got invitations also. Everybody was inviting him to their house. Their genuine outpouring of concern really touched me, and he was really touched by this behavior of the people, just like people like students, the teachers. In that instant, I finally breathed a sigh of relief and thought for the first time that things were going to be okay. I made friends that day. Now he was feeling relief and he was feeling that everything was going good for him, and now he made many new friends on that day. A month later, I was at my house watching them rebuild it. Now, after a month, he was in the new house and he was watching it rebuilt. But this time it was different. I wasn't alone. Now he was not alone as he had made many new friends also. I was with two of my new friends from school. It took a fire for me to stop focusing on my feelings of insecurity and open up to all the wonderful people around me. Now he had two new friends and he had made these friends from school, and now he was not feeling insecure and he was feeling wondering that people were around him. Now I was sitting there watching my house being rebuilt when I realized my life was doing the same thing. While we sat there on the curb planning my new bedroom, I heard someone walk up to me from behind and say, "Does this belong to you?" Now he was sitting with his friends on the curb and he was planning about his new bedroom. Then somebody told him, "Does this belong to you?" When I turned around to see who it was, I couldn't believe my eyes. A woman was standing there holding my cat. And it was said by a woman who was holding his cat. She was standing behind him. I leapt up and grabbed her out of the woman's arms. Then at once he jumped and he held his cat out of the woman's arms. I held her close to me and cried into that beautiful orange fur. She purred happily. My friends were hugging me, hugging the cat and jumping around. Hug means embracing. Now he was feeling very much happy. Even the cat also started making the sound. It also purred, and his friends also hugged the author as well as the cat, and also they jumped around. Apparently, my cat had been so freaked by It means it had started behaving strangely, that she ran over a mile away. Because of because of the fire, the cat had had started behaving differently, strangely, and then she had run away over a mile away. Her collar had her phone number on it, but her phones had been destroyed and disconnected. This wonderful woman took her in and worked hard to find out whose cat it was. Somehow she knew this cat was loved and sorely missed. Now, the cat had phone number on its collar. Even the phones of the house had destroyed because of fire. The phones were not working, but anyhow, the woman managed to find their address, and she came to know that whose cat it was, to whom the cat belonged, and she managed it, and she found the address and brought it to the author. As I sat there with my friends and my cat curled up in my lap. Now, the author sat there with his friends, even the cat also curled up in his lap. It came into his lap. All the overwhelming feelings of loss and tragedy seemed to diminish. Now, all the feelings of sadness, all the feelings of mishappening, they all were faded away, they were off. Now, they all had diminished. I felt gratitude for my life. Now he was thankful for his life, my new friends, the kindness of a stranger, and the loud purr of my beloved cat. My cat was back, and so was I. Now he was feeling very much happy. He was feeling thankful for his new life, for his new friends, kindness of the stranger, and the loud purr, the sound of the beloved cat. Now he was very much happy. His cat was back, and so was I. So the author was also back, or we can say that now he had got a new life. He was full of affection, he was full of love, he was full of warmth, and he had come out of the gloom that had surrounded him till now. Now he was feeling very much happy, and he was feeling that now he was back in his home. Now it was not a house, it was a home that was full of love and love, affection, and respect. So students, this is all about the chapter. I hope you have understood it very well. Thank you and have a nice day.